What's up, people? It's your man, Herb Lover, reporting live direct from the Herbmobile. Hey, look, check this out. The Lakers played the Charlotte Bobcats. Lakers played the Charlotte Hornets, man. Let's be real. Kevin Walker's the only really guy that's on that team, man. I mean, Jordan. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about Jordan. But anyway, Lakers come out and they beat the spank. Charlotte had the game at the first quarter, but, because Charlotte's still fighting for a playoff position. And LeBron James just helped Dwayne Wade and them move a little closer to the opportunity of holding on to a playoff spot. I made a video yesterday, the last game. And I constantly told you guys that video was based on confusion. Because the Lakers confused me. And I was being sarcastic. That's why when I made a video, I said I'm all over the place. I know a lot of y'all didn't catch on, but, it is what it is, man. But, all right. Rondo had 17 assists. Now, I want y'all to make sure you understand. First of all, let's do this. Let's do this. Do you guys still talk bad about KCP? Come on, you got to get a man his props. I know he did the same thing last year, because there's no pressure and all this, that. But let's be honest. One thing about a shooter, shooters can go on the street where they just basically, they can go games where they're not scoring or they're just, out there in a flunk. It can happen. And that's history. You can do your research and you can see there have been shooters that actually went through a flunk. But anyway, or funk. I said flunk. Funk. What the heck I'm talking about? Anyway. I said it before and I said it over and over again. I said, when Bullock came, it did a disservice to KCP. Like, you basically put KCP on the bench. And Bullock became the starting guy as soon as he got there. So, in retrospect to that, I would feel some kind of way. And Bullock hasn't done anything. I know he's out right now with an injury. But Bullock hasn't done anything since he's been there. I think he only had like 3 games, so he actually averaged double digits. He don't, and going back to the beginning of the season, we knew that KCP was struggling. And we all, fans, even myself included, say, let's start Josh Hart. Which makes sense because we were looking at it like this. We weren't thinking about the AD situation at the beginning because we were looking at LeBron James and the young players. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. And as fans, for those that are true fans, even some of y'all that are true fans, but y'all still prefer the veteran players or the superstar players, I agree with you on that. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, so I respect your opinion. But let's keep it in this perspective. Most of us fans, we wanted the young players plus LeBron to get it going. So, yeah, we're going to put the veterans to the back burner because we were more concerned with the young players, especially your Josh Hart, who looked good the previous year and on the Summer League. So we thought that it was going to transition into, this season, which I believe to my fact, I think Josh Hart just went through successful surgery, if I'm not mistaken. I got to check it out and see. But let's be honest, Josh Hart, I believe Josh Hart been playing injured probably like a few months into the season. And he probably just was like covering it up and all that. Because you could tell when he off his jumpers and all that. But, you never pay attention to it until after a while you start seeing it, you say, okay, something wrong. And then all of a sudden he come off with the hip. Something dealing with his hip or something like that. And he been playing through injuries for a while. But you got to remember, when a guy play that physical like that, attacking the basket, constantly getting fouled, never getting calls, and stuff like that, like I said before, those injuries are going to start to pile up. That's the main reason why you see LeBron James doesn't play defense down low. Because, it takes a wear and tear on your body. And especially when you are a person that do a lot of, do 90% of everything on the team, you got to conserve yourself. And I'm not taking off of LeBron James on that aspect, saying that he shouldn't play defense. I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. And I told you guys in the last video, and I'm jumping around. I told you guys in the last video, I said that LeBron James, LeBronzo, as I put it, that the Lakers need LeBronzo. And I know y'all gonna say, well, Rondo had 17 assists this game. Well, it's a different team. The Utah Jazz is, like I said, they're a top defensive team. Charlotte Bobcats, Charlotte, yeah, I'm not going to give them the name Hornets yet. They don't deserve that name yet. They still the Bobcats. The Charlotte Bobcats didn't, they're not a defensive-minded team like that. Look at their squad. And, you can get away with getting 17 assists when you're depending on the matchups. Let's be honest. So let's not jump out of the gate like, whoa, Rondo. I'm not knocking Rondo because y'all know that I support Rondo. But I think going forward, we don't need to re-sign Rondo. I know a lot of people say, no, we need to re-sign. No, we don't need to re-sign Rondo. Because Rondo gave up a lot on defense, you know. And on top of that, I think Rondo he's going to require more money. And you got to think about it. If the Lakers keep the young players, you remember Brandon Ingram will be a free agent after this season, the next season. So then you got to think about, do we re-sign Brandon Ingram? So you don't have all your money tied up. That's why you got to look at all the perspective. You know, what, Rondo going to sign another 1-year contract? Nah, Rondo going to want probably like a 3-year contract. He's at that stage where he's getting, you know, he's getting up there. And you want to make sure that you solidify the deal. You know, you don't want to just keep signing 1-year contracts and your age is not, you know, you're not getting no younger. So you got to go to a team that's going to give you at least a 3-year deal for like $21 million, something like that. And that's what I think Rondo going to wind up doing. I think what you're seeing right now with Lance, Rondo, KCP, JaVale McGee, and all other veterans that came over except Muscle Man. Muscle Man didn't get no playing time. That was a waste of coin that the Lakers gave away for Ivica. Well, gave away for Ivica. I mean, gave away to get him for Ivica. And why Jerry West and all them they had a dinner. I mean, y'all talking jumping all around. They had a dinner laughing at the idea or the finishing results of getting a player for basically nothing. He's laughing at it. They had a little thing about it that they were chuckling over it, you know. But let's go back to what I said. You know, I'm not gonna get so hyped about Rondo because I said the game against Utah means more than the game against the Charlotte Bobcats because Utah, it shows where you are as a player. And I said before that he could not get the ball down low to JaVale McGee playing against Utah. Like, they didn't run a lot of pick and rolls. No, they didn't do a lot of ball movement, backdoor cuts, nothing to get JaVale McGee going. Instead, a lot of times JaVale McGee in that previous game when JaVale McGee got the ball, it was either at the, like I said, the high post or out of the paint. You know, and he had to basically fight for position to get a shot off. Everything was basically contested when it came JaVale versus Gobert, Candies, whatever. Anyway, LeBron James comes back. I know a lot of people say, you know, he's stat patting at the end of the game, this and that. Look, I'm not going to get into all that, man. If that's what it is, that's what it is. I don't even care no more. That stuff don't even bother me no more. But I just look at the point of what we could have done if the Lakers weren't injured, if the AD situation never occurred, and if we never trade Ivica. Because even after all that kicked off with AD and everything, and people wasn't playing this and that, we should have still kept Ivica. The reason why I say that is because Ivica was looking good with LeBron James. He was actually, his numbers were basically piling up. Rebounds were piling up. You know, he got a good low post player. I know JaVale McGee felt some type of way because he wasn't starting. And that's why I tell people, even though JaVale's talking about the pneumonia situation, I don't want to get into that because I don't know. I'm not JaVale. But I know a lot of it also had to do with his playing time. And, his playing time in the rotation, how Luke Walton was using him. And I know he had something he's probably saying good things now. Based on the fact that, this is the end of the season and, you don't want to, you just don't want to have a coach player headbutting that you done did it already at the beginning, well, during the middle of the season, or the midst of the season, whatever you want to call it. But you see the difference when LeBron James is out there on the floor. And like I said, this is the Charlotte Bobcats, so let's keep that in term and understand that it's not the Utah Jazz. But they did what they're supposed to do against the Charlotte Bobcats, and that's spank them. LeBron James, and I will say this, though, this on a plus for Rondo. Rondo having the ball proves to you fans who keep saying LeBron James need a ball in his hand, that if the ball was in Lonzo's ball hand more, that the Lakers would have won a lot more games. The biggest problem with Lonzo, he just got to stay healthy, man. If the dude can't stay healthy, if he hurt again next year, just say we have him next year and he hurt again next year, we got to start looking at some different options then, because that's going back to what I said about AD. If AD constantly hurt, then why make that trade for AD? You know what I'm saying? That's saying they go for Lonzo Ball. I know Brandon Ingram. I think Brandon Ingram, he don't get hurt like Lonzo Ball. He might get hurt here and there, but a lot to do with his weight. You got to, stripping up his body and stuff like that. But the blood clot, you can't really speak on that. I think blood clot, I'm not too sure. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but it has a lot to do with your health and what you eat and stuff like that, and your intake. But you got to look at Lonzo Ball and say, okay, if this guy's not constantly healthy every year, even though we like him, we got to look at different options. Because I said to begin, if you're not playing at least 80% of your games, then what really use are you to us? I'm just being honest. I love Lonzo. Y'all know I support Lonzo, but I got to keep it real. Now going back to KCP. Now, I know a lot of fans say trade him, not trade him, sorry, don't re-sign him, get rid of him, this and that. I will say this. I would take KCP back. I would take him back, but on a smaller contract. What I would do with KCP is I would basically tell KCP, because I know that, you don't want to wait around, because you want to make, when free agency markets start, you want to make your opportunity to get a chance of getting a good contract. So you want to jump out there right off the gate. But KCP does have the same agent as LeBron. So if I was LeBron, but I would tell KCP, like, look, man, we're gonna try to see excuse me. We're gonna try to see if we get a superstar this offseason. If we don't get a superstar this offseason, I'm gonna try to see if we can get you to a 3-year contract. Not nothing big, nothing major, no 17, 18 million a year, nothing like that. 10, 12 million, something like that. It depends, you know what I mean? But I would definitely try to do that. The same thing go with JaVale. If we can't get a center, then I would definitely offer JaVale McGee an opportunity to come back. A lot of stars that you've seen as free agents, a lot of them are going to go back to the respective team. The only only three that I think that's actually going to move is probably Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, I think, be honest with Kawhi, I think it's more so how he takes the team to, what he does in the playoff. I still think that, to me, I think Kawhi's going to go to the Clippers. I think him and KD can go to the Clippers. That's just my idea of what I'm thinking, because people love Jerry West, and that's what a lot of people fail to realize. Jerry West had a relationship with Kevin Durant before he went to LA Clippers. They talked. So you got to think about it. Like Jerry West stated, he only came out and stated that they opened up an opportunity to get 2 free agents. I thought that Jerry West probably just go with the young players, build up through the draft and this and that. No, they actually want 2 superstars. He goes to the Clippers. They get rid of all the players. Jerry West knows something that we don't know. He heard Kawhi say he wanted to come to L.A. KD said a couple years ago he wanted to come to L.A. They're not coming to the Lakers. I know a lot of people think they can come to the Lakers. They're not going to come there. No one want to play in the shadows of LeBron James. That's just the honest truth. Players want to go there and develop their team. I know people say, well, what about Golden State? He played with Golden State. Well, he went to Golden State. My thing is to win a championship. Now that he won a couple of championships, now he can go to L.A. and show that he can do it there in L.A., with him and Kawhi, if they go there. But that's my thinking anyway. But I wouldn't, like I said, I would definitely, re-sign KCP. I know like I said, a lot of people probably would disagree with me. But if there's nothing out there in the market, why not re-sign KCP? So far, everybody that we brought in behind KCP has been not good. I'm just going to be honest. I told you guys at the beginning of the season, we overloaded with guards. Where are all these guards going to get playing time? And the way Lou Walton run his system, he's going to make it favorable for all the guards to get a chance to play. You got your Josh Hart, KCP, Lonzo Ball, Rondo, Larry Nance. Then you got Brandon Ingram playing the guard. You know what I mean? So you got 6 freaking players playing guard. And then you got LeBron James bringing the ball down. So you got a point forward with other guards. So you got to think about it. You can't really blame KCP, for his struggle and all that, because, like I said, with a shooter, you're going to go through those funks where you're not going to be able to shoot. Well, you're going to go through a streak of not hitting shots. It's the fan base that's just not patient with players. Now, like I said before, a lot of people went at KCP for a lot of dumb butthead things he did, but a lot of them players done a lot of butthead things. LeBron James, a superstar, done a lot of butthead things. Throwing the ball off the back of the backboard. Letting the ball run down the sideline. And then, picking up and going out of bounds with it. Making wild, crazy turnovers. So, at the end of the day, no one's exempt. So, when you start pointing the finger at KCP, a lot of fingers going back to other players as well. We can talk about Kuzma. We can talk about Lonzo Ball. We can talk about Brandon Ingram. We can talk about JaVale. You know what I'm saying? So, even Rondo. So, you just can't sit there and say, because KCP did a lot of butthead plays, that, we want to get rid of them. And then when these players leave and they go somewhere else in jail, then you sit back like, damn, we should have kept them. Biggest problem with fans is that we're just impatient, man. We don't have no patience at all. I believe that Lou Walton is not the right coach for young players, but I said it before, Lou Walton is a coach when it comes to veterans, because with veterans, he don't have to coach as much. And Lou Walton came out and said that it's a guarantee he might come back next year. Well, it's a guarantee he's coming back next year. Hey, Jeannie Buss probably thinking the same thing a logical fan would think, like, you know what? The Lakers were hurt for a good portion of the season. We had the AD fiasco kickoff. They were starting to gel. Remember, they were sitting in 4th place, 21-14, going up. And then, like, think about it. If the Lakers went out, like, if they go freaking, 9-2 or something like that, Lou Walton might be a coach next year. Might be the coach again next year. It could happen. I know, a lot of us, we listen too much off the media, and we base things off what the media say, and stop and not taking our own reasonable answer to certain situations, instead of looking at, say, you know what, Jeannie Buss does have Luke Walton's side. Jeannie Buss could say, you know what, no, we want to go and let Luke finish this whole year out. It could happen. We don't know this. You know what I'm saying? So in retrospect to that, I will say this. If Luke Walton does come back, I know a lot of people don't want him to come back. I had to stop it because my daggone phone was getting overheated. So I'm gonna finish it up real quick. But if Luke Walton does come back, all I can say is this, that the Lakers they should give him up to the All-Star break to see where we are. And that only depends on the outcome of, what's happening, based on trades and stuff like that. I don't want to get too much into the Luke Walton fiasco, because I'm personally, I put it like this. I know a lot of people say Ty Lue, Jason Kidd, but let's be honest. What have any of them guys done? I mean, Ty Lue, we could say, yeah, he took the Lakers, took LeBron to the finals a couple times, but that's LeBron, that's the East. After LeBron left, what did Ty Lue do? Jason Kidd with the Milwaukee Bucks. They put players around Jason Kidd. They gave Jason Kidd players. Remember, Jason Kidd picked his own players, his own point guards and all that. And what did Jason Kidd do? What happened after Jason Kidd was let go and then this guy coming in? This guy took the Milwaukee Bucks, fighting right now for the first place in the Eastern Conference. Putting better shooters around them. So before we say let's go after Jason Kidd, let's go after Ty Lue. I don't know why I said Ty Lue, because Ty Lue is LeBron James' homeboy. Jason Kidd, I don't know. For all that, we might just stay with Luke Walton. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but the truth is the truth. If we do anything, we got to get a coach with experience, a coach that can help develop these young players. I still stick to my terms of Mark Jackson. I'm not a big fan of Ty Lue, not a big fan of Jason Kidd. On the court, yeah, but as coaches, no. Mark Jackson will give us the best ability to basically win games and develop players, and plus he'll go head to head with LeBron James when it comes to doing what he has to do as being a coach, and not sugarcoating it or making LeBron James feel as we could say comfortable, because he's going to challenge LeBron, and that's what you need. A coach is going to challenge him, not a coach is going to say yes sir, no sir to LeBron James. For all that, we might just keep Luke Walton. I know a lot of people disagree, but I'm just going to keep it real. So with that being said, it's your man Herbal Lover. Like, share, subscribe, get in the comment section, tell me what you guys think about the Luke Walton situation, about the Rondo situation, and also about the KCP situation. Should we resign KCP if we don't pick nobody up in the free agency, if KCP is still available? Should we resign Rondo? Me personally, I said no on Rondo. Let Rondo go somewhere else so we can get a backup guard that's going to be a backup guard to back up Lonzo Ball. Not knocking Rondo, but I know Rondo is not going to want to keep signing no one-year deals, and I think that us giving him a 3-year deal worth what he's looking for is not worthy of it. It's a waste of money when we could utilize that money for a shooter. Based on the fact that LeBron James is the main ball handler, and if we still have Brandon Ingram, he'll be another main ball handler, so we don't really need a lot of ball handlers. They tried to do it this year. It could have worked, but I think that the Lakers need shooters, and they need defensive-minded players, in order to help them when they need a stop here and there, because our team, we have defensive players, but we need more coming off that bench. So Rondo, to me personally, no. KCP, only if there's nobody out there to sign, especially if we don't get no star player. If we don't get another star player, then I would definitely bring KCP back. Who else would I state? JaVale McGee, I definitely will resign JaVale McGee. Only if there's no other center out there that fit that mold of what they're trying to present. If they get a center that can shoot, and that's what they're going towards, then that's understandable. If you just want a physical center down low, then I will go with JaVale and give him a nice little backup. But with that being said, it's Urban Love. I don't want to make this video longer than what it is. Y'all guys take care. Have a blessed one. I'll see y'all next game, or I'll see y'all guys on Twitter. With that being said, y'all be careful out there. Much love.